Hi all, this is your girl Natasha, and after a little hiatus, I'm back. Well, anyway, my tea kettle has brewed over. My has these YouTube streets gotten quite wicked. But anyway, with my tea, I'm serving my favorite Milano cookies. And I'm serving cold cuts. Pepper turkey if you like. And an assortment of croissants. And we can't forget the Lorna Doone. And garlic bread if you like. Yes. And let's not forget our chocolates. Russell Stovers. Regular and sugar-free. In case Jay Wilson wants a bite. Anyway, dears. It's been a lot going on the streets, but one thing that has particularly caught in my eye was Miss Olivia, the Oracle. Last night, I believe it was last night, she had a very interesting topic about do gay men versus transgender women, Afro-American, of course, do we get along? Do we get along, or is there issues? Well, Miss Olivia and all that are interested, I will say this. Back in the day, it was a lot of division because it was categories. You know, the gay men some of them had issues with us trans women, and they would throw shade and, well, at least from my experience, they would get upset because they felt that we could pull the straight boys because we are trans women quicker than they could because they were gay men, no matter how effeminate they were. So that was an issue, at least I know in New York, with some of the gay men and the trans women. And they would talk about how real you look and this and that. But it was division within that community. And I won't say all, but from my experience, it has been, I've experienced the prejudice and the shade and being called ugly and scary and all of this, which I pay no mind. I could hardly stay awake for, quoting Dorian Corey from Paris is Burning. But anyway, Miss Olivia and others, yes, to a degree it is, and it's still like that today. Like I said, not all black gay men have a problem with women. A lot of them are friendly with women. It's the shady women and the shady women and gay men who try it on the trans girl's time. And they have to read, such as Treasure Milan. Shout out, girl. You let Nicole have it. She's transphobic and homophobic, so that's another story. But yes, Miss Olivia, it is division. But also in the white community, white gay men and white gay men and white transgender women, they definitely look down on us black people. And even in New York City, I can only speak for New York City and the South, around Virginia It is division. It's like they have a club where the white people go, the white gays and transgender, the white LGBT community goes, and then where the LGBT black community goes. So it's division and prejudice within our community, which I never could get that because society in a whole can't accept us. But once again, white LGBT community, they are more accepted quicker than the Afro-American. And I will say that from my experience. And New York is a large place, so you get a lot of that prejudice. Oh, I thought my cat was in the window. That's her window she hangs out in. That's her window. She scared me. Anyway, so trying to explain. So, in a lot of cases, the gay men are prejudiced with the trans women and its issues. Because that's why you were speaking of Just Kelly. She's into the ballroom scene, and if you've seen Paris is Burning documentary or Pose, it's about the ball circuit. And the girl, if you notice, the trans women don't get the shine, for lack of a better word, as the gay men or really femme queens that can vogue and all of that. And at one time, they weren't accepting we call it drag queen shows, or where they mime to songs or whatever. James performed, so he's explained it. So that wasn't really accepted in the ball scene with the trans women. Okay, until now. Now it's accepted, and the drag queens basically have their own pageant, and those girls look good. I don't know if a lot of trans women are in the pageants. I would have to ask James about that. But I know it's for drag queens, and they have a pageant and things of that nature. I'm not sure about the trans girls. Are they allowed to be in that pageant? Because especially if some trans girls have done the total transition, I don't think they allow them in the pageants. At least some of the ones I've known in New York, I don't think so. I'll text James about that. But yes, Miss Olivia, it is a division between the black gay men and the transgender women. And I won't say all, because some of my best friends that I've lost to AIDS back in the 80 epidemic, they're gone. And I have, 2 gay friends that are still survived. And they're dear to my heart. We met in college, and we've known each other all these years. They are near to my heart. And yeah, we've been friends all these years. They accept me for trans, and yeah, Miss Olivia, it's really, Miss Olivia, and anybody who's interested, it is division. I won't say in all cases, but it's some gay men who don't like us trans women. Okay, we're the last on the bottom. We're the last on the totem pole. And right, as far as the job, Miss Olivia, that you were talking about, for trans women, it's hard. And a lot of times, some of the girls that have gotten murdered, they were out prostituting, and the man pretends he didn't know what she was, which was a lie. And then they try to stiff the girls for don't want to pay the money, and some of the girls, a lot of the girls, they're not having it. Okay, they take the pumps off and they go and battle. But a lot of times, a lot of the girls have to do what they have to do to survive. Like when they get thrown, some get thrown out of their homes because they're transgender. Even as a teenager, I could never understand how a parent could throw their child out. But I'm going to get into that further because I want to start talking more about transgender women. And so, yeah, some of them hustle to make ends meet to eat. So they have no choice, because if they go for a job, shade is thrown. Or now it's become, I've seen signs where LGBT is accepted. You'll see it, they'll have a advertisement in the, whatever place that they're hiring, that they don't discriminate. So it's getting a lot better than back in my day. Right now, the girls have it easy, because in New York, you can get the surgery. If you have medical coverage, they'll pay for it. So New York is one of the places that really are accommodating to the trans women. And Miss Olivia and others, to answer your questions, there is a lot of trans activists. I mean, big ones that are known, such as Monica Roberts. And there's other groups, I can't think of them now, in New York that I used to attend trans meetings. They go to Albany in New York, to pass transgender rights, to use the bathroom, all of that. I mean, they travel to Albany from New York, from Manhattan to Albany, New York. I don't know if you're familiar with that or anybody's familiar with that. But New York is kind of, and I think San Francisco, California, those states are kind of open to it. Atlanta, Georgia, all the queens and trans women flee to Georgia, Atlanta, because they're open too. But you go outside of Atlanta to those other little cities in Georgia, oh well, you're going to catch the business. And it's like that in the South. It depends on if it's a large city in the South, then a lot of times you're okay. The trans women and gay, the LGBT community, they even cater to them, have clubs and stuff. So it just depends on the city you're in. And basically, yeah, it's still prejudiced with the LGBT community, white people against the white gays and trans and bisexual and all of that. They're prejudiced, the white ones, against us black ones, and us black ones, same thing. And it's, yeah, the LGBT community is divided racially, I would say. A lot less than it is now, but yeah, it's divided. So, Miss Olivia and everybody else, I will continue with this series because it's very important to my heart. And living as a trans woman, it's time for me to share my story. I love it. I feel like God made me who He wanted me to be. And yes, I don't give a damn what anyone says or calls me. I love Natasha. And Natasha is, whatever. And honey, I love a tall, dark man to bring me down. Let me stop getting fresh. Sounding like El Teddy. Shout out El Teddy. And I also wanted to say I'm going to start doing reviews on the gentleman's panel because I don't think it's always even, or it's always really being, how would I put it? I think some of the reviews I've heard about the gentleman panel is because they don't like certain people on the panel. So they're not being fair. But being that I like all of the men, or all of the men on the gentleman's panel, I like them. I can be fair and I can be neutral. If I don't like the topic, I can say so, and if I do, I can say so, and if I so, I can say so. I can be fair because I love all of them on the panel, so I can be fair. So I will be doing a review on the gentleman's panel. I've got a lot of cute things coming. I'm going to start being visible around these YouTube streets. Oh, they're so wicked. But anyway, it has been a pleasure being with you, and I can't wait to munch these cookies up. Oh, God. With some tea. Oh, my God. Anyway, nice talking to you guys, and press the like button. Please, 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 please press the like button. I would so appreciate it. Anyway, I love you all. And until my next video, and I hope that I've explained some of your questions, Miss Olivia and others, but you will definitely be hearing more from me on this issue and being a trans woman. I love it. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Love you all. Mwah.